And coming up later in 3 Sport, an historic day for New Zealand motorsport. Scott Dixon wins the Indy Racing League after escaping a huge crash in the last race. The Kiwi King of the Mountain, Greg Murphy, picks up his 3rd Bathurst, New Beauty. And Nathan Astle overcomes the runs to score the runs New Zealand need to save the test.
Here's a square cut from Nathan.
Since the days of Hull, McLaren and Amon, has New Zealand motorsport had so much success. In the space of 24 hours, Kiwi drivers have won Bathurst and the Indy Racing League. Scott Dixon's championship title is the biggest single achievement since Denny Hulme won the world title back in 1967. And it won't be long before the young Kiwi joins the ranks of Formula One.
Times, and there's the red and the checkered coming out at the same time.
A strangely subdued finish to the most important race of the IndyCar season and of Scott Dixon's life. But aside from his target teammates, there was no indication that the young New Zealander had won the championship. At his parents' Auckland home, though, there was no doubt.
Fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
However, in Texas, the young Kiwis' $1 million victory had been overshadowed by this horrific crash.
Oh, contact, hard into the wall, nasty crash, terrible, terrible crash.
For Dixon's family, watching on the other side of the world, it was a moment of sheer hell. One of the cars involved was wearing Scott's target colours.
No, it must have been Thomas.
Thomas Scheckter emerged unscathed, but the 350 km/h smash left Kenny Brack with a broken leg, 2 broken ankles and fractures to his sternum and lower back. The crash brought the race to an early finish, Dixon crossing the line behind Gilles de Ferran, but second was enough to give him the title.
I just feel a huge weight off my shoulders and just so proud of the team. It's been, man, it's been a hell of a year.
Amazing. He's fantastic.
You can't stop smiling, can you?
No, you can't. It's just awesome. It's just I don't know, it's a dream come true.
A top Formula One team has already offered Dixon a test drive for next year, but despite being one of the fastest men on wheels, he's in no rush to take the next step.
To come out on top of this with the great teams like Penske and driving for Team Target is just, I don't know, I just can't put it in words. I just feel so happy and can't wait to come back next year.
But come 2005, expect to see a Kiwi back in Formula One. Sean Summerfield, 3 News.
Kiwi backers of Scott Dixon were celebrating his victory today.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's sort of something you've always dreamed about, being able to see talent in someone, and I saw the talent in Scott when he was 13 years old driving Formula V, and to get it to this was magic.
Oh, I'm really thrilled about it. Great. I mean, this is the first genuine prospect for, an opportunity for a long time.
Since '98, Dixon has gone from Rookie of the Year in Indy Lights to champion, from Kart Rookie of the Year to Indy Racing League champion.
I don't know, I'm just so happy for the team. They've worked so hard. It's awesome.
Dixon gets 40% of the $1 million in prize money, and in the next few months it's payback time. He'll buy out the contract with his Kiwi investors who spend $1 million in getting him to the big time.
Now he's starting to make a few shillings. You know, he's going to be in a position now, he's going to pay mum and dad back. You know, mum and dad sacrificed a lot, and pay his investors back.
And while all roads eventually lead to Formula One, there are dangers.
What he shouldn't do is get into Formula One for the sake of getting into Formula One. By that, I mean getting involved with a team that's perpetually down the back of the grid.
And he may even turn down an offer with McLaren next year.
The problem is in 2005, McLaren have already got their drivers assigned, which is Montoya's coming over to McLaren, and also Raikkonen is doing very, very well, so they're not going to let him go. So Scott may have to wait 2 or 3 more years before he could actually race on a circuit.
If he signed the wrong deal, even if it was with McLarens or Ferrari or whoever it was, they've got drivers and they've got people signed up, and he could end up being like Alex Wirtz, could be a test drive for 3 or 4 years, and to be that's just wasted talent.
But at least right now he's made the transition from small time to big time.
Scott Dixon had actually crossed the line second in a race cut short by a crash, but it was enough to bag him the top prize, the Indy Racing League Championship, and $1 million US.
I don't know, I just can't put it in words. I just feel so happy and can't wait to come back next year.
His achievement puts him in the Motorsport Hall of Fame, in the company of New Zealand greats like Denny Hulme, who won the 1967 Formula One Championship. Even as a 13-year-old boy, Scott Dixon was aiming high.
So I just want to go faster and meet new people in racing and hopefully get new sponsors and go into Formula One.
10 years later, one of his mentors is in no doubt that's within reach.
If he was in a Ferrari or a McLaren or a Williams, he'd be doing what Montoya and any of the drivers would be doing in a McLaren, the same. He'd be there.
The money from this win won't go far, though. Dixon's always said he wanted to refund those who backed him in his early days, while his team will also get a cut. His family has plans as well.
Shouting his father and I up to the banquet, because the banquet is in 2 weeks' time in Orlando, Florida, at Disney World, so his father and I are going to be there at that. His sisters are hoping that he might ring now and shout them up there too.
Now Scott Dixon has to make another multi-million-dollar decision: stay in the States or opt for motorsport's top competition. Not bad for someone still too young to hire a car in the US. David Jameson, One News.